air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. So if you've been drawn to this particular video, what I'm doing this time is focusing on the energy, of course, the person that you're thinking of, the person that comes to your mind once you click on this video, and hopefully there is something that comes through that offers you the clarity or guidance that you are in need of at this time. So for those of you who are regulars to my channel, you'll know that I like to incorporate oracle messages into my messages. But this time around, guys, I was just drawn to use tarot. And so I was looking around my office and I was drawn to this one. And this was a deck that was gifted to me. So it isn't one that I purchased. It isn't one that I created. But I was drawn to this one. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this deck, but as soon as I find out, I will link it down below for anybody who might be interested in learning about it. All right, so yeah, just tarot messages this time, general advice as always. Okay, so please do keep that in mind throughout your reading and only take the parts of it that truly resonate for you. All right, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You could be cross-watching for an air sign as well. All right, so what do we need to know for the collective? What do we need to know? We have two reversed cards coming through. So we've got the Six of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. First of all, this is an air sign reading. Swords represent air energy. Okay, so Six of Swords in the reverse, guys. There's some sort of emotional baggage that's coming through here, or some unresolved issues between you and somebody that you're thinking about, you know, or one of you anyway is resisting change or resisting some sort of transition that needs to happen here on this journey. Because the Six of Swords in the upright, it still represents a transition of leaving something or someone behind or moving on from it. You know, so I'm just kind of feeling unresolved issues here. Okay. And then the Seven of Swords, for those of you who are pretty familiar with the interpretation of these cards. So it can represent in the upright, you know, a cheater. It can represent deception. So somebody that's being shady, trickery, but it is in the reverse. So it could represent somebody who's wanting to come clean, or they're truly rethinking their approach. Now, in some instances, somebody could still be coming forward with a deceptive energy, but they're rethinking the approach to maybe make it seem like they're not being deceptive. I don't know. It's just coming through in that way. So let's see. What is going on there? So I feel, you know, this could be somebody that you were romantically linked to in the past, but maybe the last time you guys spoke or saw each other, there was more that needed to be expressed, but for some reason or other, you guys didn't have a chance to really express it to one another. You know, I'm kind of feeling this very abrupt breakup, like one day. And this is like on the same week, like one day you guys were talking, having a great time, and it's almost like the following day, the bomb dropped or something happened, and it was like a tower moment. That's what I'm feeling here. It's like an unexpected, out of the blue tower moment that happened. Now, for some of you guys, it could have been a third-party situation, okay? And it depends. It depends on what side of the fence this resonates for you, air signs, because for some of you guys, it could have been you that got yourself mixed up with somebody that might have already been married or taken. Now, for others, it could be reversed. So, you know, again, take it how it's coming through. But look at the next card here. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords. This is a situation, regardless of how you see it, regardless of how you feel about it, it's not going anywhere, you know? So we do have a stalemate, stagnant, decaying type situation going on here. And I feel if this is your story, you know about it. You know why it's not going anywhere. but the unfinished business continues to draw you in. Or maybe it's drawing you both in. Maybe you're unable to move on or let go because of whatever this unfinished business is. This is the next card here. So we do have the Devil. Now, some of you guys could be dealing with Capricorn. You could have Capricorn in your chart. So this can represent the shadow self. It can represent obsessiveness, addictive behavior, you know, parts of our mentality or personality perhaps that's attached to somebody, a situation, or something that might not be the best for us. So it could even be divine intervention here for you, air signs, to remove you from a situation that you really either did not belong there or it was saving you from further heartache or disappointment, perhaps. Oh, yeah. Look at this. We've got the Five of Wands. There's definitely some sort of conflict that's coming through here, and I can't help but feel that it's got something to do with other people. And we're focusing possibly on third-party situations or even four-party situations. Maybe it's about two people who were already in other relationships. And then you guys might have gotten involved with each other and it wasn't going to end well, basically. It just was not going to end well. So I don't know who needed to come clean here. But I'm also feeling that it could be somebody who wanted to come clean, but maybe they didn't. They might have talked themselves out of it, or maybe they felt like there was just too much at stake. Wow. Let's see what else here. I'm telling you guys, look at these cards. We've got the Three of Swords. So I would actually be surprised if it was not a third-party situation. Three of Swords can certainly represent that. I am feeling, though, you know, what might have started off as, I kind of feel it was an intense connection right from the very beginning. You know, you guys were clearly very attracted to this person and they to you. But, you know, it's like one of those things where you're headed for the fire and you're about to get burned, but you went for it anyway. You both went for it anyway. So this right here created a very painful situation that might have contributed to why you guys are not together. Look at all of these swords coming through, guys. Okay, Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords represents conflict. There was a lot of tension here between you and this person, or it was just an overall very tense situation for all parties involved. So yeah, I mean, if this is your story, guys, other people were in the picture. But the way it's coming through right now, it depends on whether this happened recently or if it's been a long time. It's clearly decayed. It's not going anywhere. It's not moving. We've got the stalemate energy of the Two of Swords, you know, but it was very painful. Three of Swords, the heartbreak that came from that. And there continues to be, as I've already mentioned, unfinished business. So either you or they continue to tap into the energy of what this connection represents, because there was something magnetic about it. It's just that there's outside factors that maybe you guys didn't consider, or again, you knew about it, but you went for it anyway. Man. We've got the Star. You could be dealing with Aquarius here. I'm also feeling, though, guys, that, again, either you or this person that's coming through for you in this reading, one of you is still wishing to reconnect somehow. Not really wanting to drum up any, you know, drama of any sort. It's just that that's a part of the wish. It's like, I wish that I could be with this person, but in order to make that wish come true, then these other things have to not be there, you know? So if, let's just say, somebody who was married ended up separating or maybe getting a divorce and they're now single, they're available, somehow you guys reconnect and maybe you're available as well. In that instance, that would allow this wish to manifest. It would allow the wish to move forward. Whereas before, there were so many blockages there that, you know, it's like the universe putting its foot down. It's like, boom, this is not happening. It's not happening. It can't happen right now. Look at the next card here. Five of Cups. So Five of Cups represents the fact that you were very disappointed with the outcome. And when you and this person went your separate ways, it's like a part of you died, you know, like grieving the loss of this person. They're not in your life anymore. And I can't help but feel that, you know, it might have affected them in a very similar way. But I'm also getting, you know, for those of you who decided, you know what, this needs to come to an end. I need to focus on a partnership that was in existence before all of this drama came in. So if, let's just say, you were already in another relationship, or you could have been maybe married, you know, definitely in the type of connection with somebody where you guys were in it for the long haul, and you know, maybe you guys broke up because of infidelity in the relationship. So I'm kind of feeling for some of my air signs that it's a blessing in disguise that things are stagnant between you and maybe a third party, so that you can have the opportunity to then focus on the partnership that was challenged as a result of infidelity and third party issues. Let's see what else. You got the Two of Cups, okay? I mean, your heart is your own, right? Nobody knows truly what is in your heart aside from yourself. And I do feel for some of my air signs that you had a lot of love for this person. You know, it's just that there were boundaries that were crossed. It was not an ideal situation. Either you were taken or you were both taken in other relationships, and it just didn't give you guys the green light to continue, you know? I feel this could even be someone from your past who's still holding on to the love, to the affection that they felt, the emotions that they felt when you guys were together. But it could also now be coming from a more obsessive point of view where they know they can't have you. So all they've got are their fantasies, perhaps their dreams. That's the only way that they're able to connect with you at this point, you know? So it kind of leaves this Two of Cups in limbo, either for yourself or for them or for both of you. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling that. We have the High Priestess, okay? So for you, the viewer, if this is your situation, I feel you already know that this is maybe how this person feels or how they're processing it. I feel you guys could still be very connected emotionally, you know, energetically still connected. So maybe you're tapping into their vibe as much as they're tapping into yours. So intuitively, I feel you're already picking up off of what this person might be sending you. We do have the Four of Wands, so I can't help but feel for those of you in separation that between one of you, okay, one of you is really wishing and hoping for a reunion or at least a second chance, but it can only happen, I feel, if the road ahead is clear, meaning that, you know, there's no obstacles, there's no major challenges like continuing relationships, somebody who's married, somebody's already invested in another relationship. The only way for this to move forward is if those obstacles are actually not there. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Wands. So I can't help but feel for some of you, that's exactly what's happening. Or maybe you're not even aware that they're no longer in that partnership or relationship. So this could be an indication for some of you anyway, that there is the potential to still manifest this desire to be with somebody that was not available to be with you before. I know it's coming through as a very complicated situation, but I do feel that if there was a third party or even four-party situation back then, you might just be surprised with somebody who reaches out to you to let you know that they're now free to explore where this connection could go. And if you're free as well, if you're, let's just say you're single, you're still thinking about this person from the past, you know, it could come down to divine timing here, guys, for you to reconnect with somebody who's now free. So there is the potential for second chances for those of you who have a clear path forward. And for those of you that know that that's not happening, it will remain where it is. You know, there's this blockage that's preventing movement. So maybe at the time that you're listening to this, you already know that there's no chance that that could ever happen. And so ultimately, if that's your story, I feel this person, they're still picking up off of your vibe because they wonder, you know, what life would have been like if you guys could have just made it work. But they're also kind of stuck in the past. They're also stuck in their fantasies because they know that they cannot make this a reality. That's what I'm getting for that. So it's complicated for sure, but that is the energy that is coming through for me. All right, air signs. So if that in particular did not resonate for you, I wanted to go ahead and grab another set of tarot. But I'm guessing, you know, if the first part did not resonate, most people would have already clicked off, and that's okay. You know, you got to just follow your gut instincts when you are listening to these readings, because they are, after all, general. All right, let's see what else needs to come through for air signs: Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. All right, what do we need to know? Is it more of the same, or is it a different energy? Look at this. Wow. Starting off with the Two of Swords. So duplicate message already right off the bat. So what this is telling me, air signs, if there's still a part of you that might at this point be fantasizing or hoping or wishing that somebody would return. And look at the next card. Okay, we've got the Nine of Cups. So it's about a wish that's just stuck. It's about a wish that is not going anywhere. There is a blockage there. Interesting. And it really depends, you know, again, what side of the fence you're on when it comes to this particular storyline, because the Five of Cups represents such intense sadness, you know, something that didn't work out, and it really is like a part of you died. And if that's not how you experienced it, maybe it's this person who is coming through in this reading for you. So many regrets over how that all played out. And it seems to be coming from a divine masculine. We do have the Emperor coming through there. Yeah, so I feel, look at the next card, we've got a Tower. So this is a masculine who at this point might have definitely grown up from that type of experience, or even getting you maybe mixed up in third-party drama, or if they just didn't treat you right, they know that they are possibly responsible for hurting you, for creating a separation, for creating drama, for creating this Tower. You know, so if they could just go back in time to undo things, they would, but they can't. You know, I feel we might have a masculine here who at this point might have already moved on to another relationship. Maybe they're married, maybe they have children at this point. You know, life moves on, but they look back at this and still wishing they could have maybe conducted themselves in a very different way. Because part of the energy of the Tower is learning from it, learning from that Tower moment. Why did you experience that to begin with? And the way it's coming through here in this reading it really taught this masculine a valuable lesson. Big time. We have the Magician. That is followed by the Chariot. Followed by the Fool. And then we've got the Six of Cups. So energetically, what I'm feeling here, air signs, for this reading is a masculine who's still thinking about you, Divine Feminine. There's something that presents itself in a way when they think about it. It's like a two-edged sword, if that makes sense. Part of it makes them happy, you know, when they're thinking about the good times, the fun times that you guys had shared, those intimate moments that you guys had shared. And then the other part of those memories represents the Tower. It represents the Three of Swords, the heartbreak, the breakup, the destruction as a result of maybe cheating, lying, you know, keeping things in the shadows, whatever that might have represented. And they just really want to move on from that. But I do feel for some masculines that they're actually struggling to move on. You know, so it could all be very mental. It could all be in their heart space. Maybe on the exterior, you know, they're living their life. They could be successful at this point. Again, maybe married, maybe with children. Life is going great. But internally, there's still that little speck in their heart that's still gnawing away at them because maybe there was unfinished business, you know. And if they again could go back to just undo some of the words that they said, undo some of the damage for you guys to have avoided that Tower, that ultimately is their biggest wish, because their intention was not to hurt you. I do pick that up. And you know, there is a part of them that wishes, if possible, to rekindle the romance. I kind of feel that could be coming from a masculine who might be single. Maybe they've been in and out of relationships that were not good, you know? Maybe they just kept repeating patterns of getting themselves mixed up in drama. And now that they're older, now that they've had time to really look back and think about this, you know, wishing they could go back in time to just do things right this time. But, you know, they can't. So that's a part of their regret. They wish that things could just move forward for you guys to have a new beginning here. But I feel at this point, all they have left are their memories. And that's the biggest lesson of all for this person. So Divine Feminine, you know, if you've been somehow thinking about your masculine lately, and maybe you know in your heart of hearts it just doesn't even make sense for you guys to reconnect or come back together, especially if, you know, they have moved on, maybe you've moved on, maybe you're married, maybe you're with kids at this point, or you're content being single. Wherever you guys are at in your lives, I'm feeling that there are these memories that continue to surface, maybe for both of you. And, you know, for that one moment, it feels great remembering all of the fun times, the very special moments. And then it comes crashing down to reveal the same thing that happened back then, the heartbreak, the separation, the Tower, you know, the drama that came with it all. And so, you know, they tap into this energy of the Five of Cups where they still feel this sense of despair. It still hurts. Doesn't matter how long it's been. When they allow themselves to tap into that energy, it still hurts. And if that's something that you relate to for yourself, it still hurts. But I do feel for you, the viewer, you've worked very hard to move forward, you know, to make a life for yourself, maybe with somebody else at this point. You did what was necessary for your life to go in a different direction. And so I feel we might have a person here thinking about you, and you represent the person, the ultimate person that they could have been with to experience such amazing happiness. And now the way they see you, it's like the one that got away. You are the one that got away. So that might be a regret that they will have for the rest of their life. And, you know, not to mean that they're going to be miserable every second of their life, because I feel, you know, they've created maybe a pretty good life for themselves. And, you know, it's not like they're at home miserable every second. And I don't see that for yourself either. But, you know, there are just those little moments that come to the surface, and it brings up those feelings, you know, the good times as well as the bad. And so, you know, they really pick up off of that vibe occasionally. Maybe more so now in the holiday season. Maybe the holiday season was a very special time for some of you. Some good memories there. And they remember it. They remember it fondly. And along with that comes those painful, bitter memories too. And that's simply a lesson that they needed to learn. That's a part of their journey. You know, so all you can do with your journey is to learn from it as well, and to be able to just open yourself up to something new if you haven't moved on to another relationship just yet. Or again, if you're content with where you're at, you know, maybe you're content being on your own and not in a relationship, and that's perfectly okay as well, because this is letting us know that new beginnings are on its way if you need it, and that whatever obstacles this might have represented in your life, you have worked to overcome that. So congratulations, because you did the work to make sure that happiness is still a part of your horizon. That's what I've got for you, air signs. So some pretty deep, intense messages coming through there. I do hope whatever part of it made sense for you, helps you out. If you are interested in your own reading, I would love to do that for you as well. That info is down below. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so very much. I'm working on more readings as I record this one, and I'll be posting those real soon. Take care, guys. See you on the next one.